What up, folks? What up, folks? It's your boy Almond Brown back on the planet, back here with Shelfspace and my peeps. We got my man, the Toxic Avenger, on the road today, and we just gonna spend a little time with you and share like what he's up to, and yeah. So I'm your boy Almond Brown. So let's get into it. I'll let him introduce himself. You can see he's riding as Batman out patrolling the city tonight. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
Welcome everybody to the most popular podcast on the face of this flipping earth, the Shelfspace podcast. Currently I am live via I-20, headed to the Death Grip show, and hopefully we can bring you all some entertainment this evening with the brief time that we have.
Yeah. And I think you definitely gonna bring some entertainment because you mentioned you on your way to the Death Grip show, and I had to just get into it with you about who is Death Grip, and obviously this is a group you've been following for a little while. So who is Death Grip?
Death Grip is kind of like a mix between a metal rap band and a rock band. MC Ride is the lead rapper, got a drummer and a keyboardist. They just really flip it black.
So where you say they got a little mix of metal in it. So we thinking, I'm thinking like remember Executioners. All them DJs love to mix a little rock into what they do. So is that a Death Grip sound? Is that what I would be expecting if I look them up?
Death Grips has the grittiness of a Metallica, but then they had a hardness of body count. They're like a body count on steroids.
Now I was never a big Body Count fan.
That's your
But
fault.
I applauded Ice-T's, you know, creativity to go that way. But I just wasn't a big Body Count fan.
That's your fault.
Oh, all right. So I missed out on something with Body Count.
You missed out on a whole lot of body count, like 6 albums worth.
Body Count dropped 6 albums.
Body count just did an
Six?
album,
Wow.
and I see it's still out on tour. He still goes
Yeah.
out on tour with body count.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's
Okay, so how did you not get into body count, especially off the controversy that they had back in
right
'90 with the Cop Killer album?
with the Cop Killer album. Right. How did I not get into Body Count? I just didn't like it. I just didn't like the sound. I mean, I wasn't in the rock and metal. Um, I can listen to, classic rock. I can listen to some, I guess, light rock, but I just like that was hard metal. That Body Count stuff I just didn't like all the guitar clashing and all of that. Just didn't feel
That's what I was about to say. With you being the music snob that you are,
it.
and that you listen to everything so long as
I,
it sounds good,
I do like a
that's
lot
how
of stuff.
I don't see how you missed the boat with them.
I
But then
do,
again, I mean, I do Lenny Kravitz and all the rest of that, which 9 times out of 10 you probably don't.
What, Lenny Kravitz? I do like
Yeah,
Lenny Kravitz. I do like Lenny Kravitz. Yeah.
you probably like Lenny Kravitz because of Lisa Bonet.
I like Lenny because I love his lyrics, and he got style. Lenny got style. Yeah, it did have a lot to do with Lisa Bonet. It did have a lot to do with that. Yeah.
That's always.
Yeah. I mean, I like some. It ain't like I don't like rock. It's just like the metal, that hard metal where it's a lot of screaming, yelling, the same, and honestly, it's the same energy that you will find in a lot of hip hop songs. So I can understand how the two genres can go together. Cube did his stuff with Black Crows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can understand how the energy of both, both genres are there. It's the in your face, break the rules, say shocking stuff. So I can understand that, but I just I didn't find melody in it. I didn't find a lot of rhythm in it, not the metal stuff.
Watching Chuck D this afternoon,
Yeah.
it kind of put me in the mind of them when they were with the Bomb Squad and they were doing their loud music.
Right. Right. They did that joint with Anthrax. The remake.
Yeah.
Death Row, whatever they did. Golly, man, I know all Public Enemy song. I can't even think of the title right now. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. They did that joint with Anthrax, and I rocked it. It sounded good, But again, the energy of rap, it's cool that you're going to this show, man. You're gonna share some footage with us, but the energy of rap and the energy of metal, it's the same. It's the same like frequency, in what I'm thinking,
Well, I don't know. That's the thing with going to shows. It's not really too many shows that I go to that I get up for, but this one, the Arm& Hammer joint that's in February, I'm really excited about that one. And nobody else, really. I don't know anybody else that I really, really, really have to see this year.
I mean, it's touring. I mean, I guess touring is still, that's the way the artists make their money. But unless you're like Taylor Swift or Beyonce, who's really doing numbers on tour right now? Unless you got to put, value pack up a bunch of folks, a bunch of artists that you really want to see, who's really doing it?
But see, that's the thing that's crazy about being here in Atlanta. You get a show on Tuesday night, that's sell out. Oh, the
really?
other show that I'm planning on going to see is the Run the Jewels on October the 2nd.
Okay, yeah.
And the way they're doing theirs is they're doing an album a night. So they got 4 shows set up in Atlanta with one night per album.
Okay. So each night will be dedicated to a Run the Jewels album
Yeah,
release.
yeah.
Oh,
And 3 and 4 sold out. And the last I checked, the only 2 that were open were the second and the third, which is the first and the second. So I mean, to be able to do a show like that, that's crazy.
that's a
When
cool
you got
concept.
content,
Yeah.
you got content like that where you can put out to do one set per night.
Right. That's a cool concept. I mean, that you got to make a decision, or whether you gonna go to all of them. But especially if you're a big Run the Jewels fan, there's 2-3 albums you can like, man, I want to hear that, I want to hear this, and so you got to make a choice. You're gonna set aside that time to go check them out each night.
Well, that was the thing, is that they had the pack, the 4-show pack,
Right.
and then that one sold out, and then the third and the fourth sold out.
Yeah, and that's coming up. What, this month? I mean, next month.
That's next week.
Next week. Wow. All right. So you already got tickets to 2 shows, right?
No, I got tickets to 2 shows. I just need to go ahead and get that Run the Jewels.
Okay.
The Run the Jewels ticket.
All right. So we should see some pictures or some footage from that, right?
Of course.
Yeah. All right. All right. So now back to Death Grip. and you explained it well to me, before we came on air. Is there, you would describe it more like a Wu-Tang, right? It's a gang of folks. You're not sure who you're gonna get. Is that how you say it?
No, it's not like them. It's like I said, it's only 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
The only way I can liken them to Wu-Tang is like, you want to go see Wu-Tang, and you really don't care who else is there. That's where I am with this one. I just came to see Death Grips, and that's it.
Oh, so they the headliner, but you don't know who else is on the bill.
Don't know. Don't care.
Don't care. All
Gave my $100 to see them.
right.
This
All
is
right,
one of
man.
those. Like I said, you don't know if they're going to be together today or tomorrow. So this is one of my grail shows that I had to see
Yeah.
while I got the opportunity. Like I said, you don't know what you're going to get next week.
Right. Right. So, all right. So one of the things that Ron's working on, he's not with us tonight, but he's working on a show this Friday at a local spot here at Icons, and it's going to be part of it is going to be the celebrating the birthday, but also part of it's going to be the celebration of 50 years of hip hop. So that's been a hashtag going all over social media, um, and there's been finally a lot of old school artists have been commenting on. I've heard a lot of comments like people that got kind of left out of the celebration, and I want to agree with some. I forget who I was listening to, but they had a problem with MC Hammer not being part of it. I would agree. I don't care how people feel about Hammer. I would agree he should. He's a huge part of it. But then that article, I don't know if you saw it. I sent it to you earlier today. Where special ed, we know special ed, the mission, that debut album was just it's still hot. But Ed came out and he talked about a turning point in hip hop that kind of led us to where we are. And he
The tipping
mentioned
point.
how, yeah, he was right. He said NWA ushered in the age of destruction. And he said it, some people took offense to it, but I'm I think we've said it before. He was right. And I think folk we have a tough time saying bad things about them because we want to love that group. We want to say this that about them. I'm raising my hand. Yeah, I listen to them, but we need to be honest about how the industry used them or changed them. Or and I don't not say changed them, but changed rap
The landscape
through
of music. The
them.
landscape. What the landscape of black culture.
Yeah, yeah. Now he didn't. Now they didn't create the genre. Your boy Schoolie
Schooling
D,
school. Schooling school.
PSK, Park Street Killers, PSK. Hey, there's some Schoolie D songs I absolutely love, man. I absolutely. And then Schoolie got on that Afrocentric tip. But I want to say when I like Schoolie and Ice T, we talked about him earlier. Yes, they would paint the picture, but they would also paint the bad side. Like, here's what's gonna happen to you, or here's what happened to that dude. So it seemed like maybe there was some contradiction. I would say with NWA, I would say they glorified it, or at least the record company wanted them to glorify it. You know, um, everybody loved the movie that came out. I had a problem with them celebrating that group as the banner for hip hop.
You see it. I have not seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
It's I mean, we lived through that era. It's decent. It's not bad. It's not bad. You know.
The Uber hype behind it. That's what kind of threw me off from
Yes.
it.
Yeah. It
So since it was
was.
overly hyped, the t-shirts, the socks, the straight out of everywhere draws, and all the rest of
Right.
that, it was a bit
Right.
much for me. So normally when stuff like that happens, I'll let it get past me on the front side, and then I'll come back. I'll double check. I'll double back for it on the back end.
Mhm. I was, it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch. Um, there's some moments in there that you'll remember, just living through that era. But then there's also, I think there's some time spent on obviously Dre and Q's put a lot into it because it really, you know, highlighted like their moments in the group, their relationship, but also I think their perspective about Easy. Um, and Easy wasn't, maybe might have been one way on record, but another way with them, and they lightly highlighted on, not lightly, but they did delve into a little bit of how Jerry Heller's manipulation of, of the group. of Easy played
It's kind,
into,
it's
yeah,
kind of like
played
something
into
I
that.
said about the vice president, not vice president, vice president for Bush, Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
Dick Cheney stuck his hand up George Bush's rump, and he was
Mm.
moving his lips. So I can kind of see it like in to be like that.
He had his hand up his rump. That's
Up
what you
his rump
say? Okay.
and moving the lips. So
Yeah.
you do that by you plant the seed and then you let him go ahead and grow it. So I could see Jerry Heller doing that.
Yeah. Of course he had some things to say about that. He was fair to everybody, or it was like a standard contract, or whatever he would say. But the point was that special ed and some other people are making is that era is where I think the business of hip hop overtook the creativity of what they were doing. There was a business there. Yeah. So
Also, me and I like how Ice-T got his jump where he came in with a hand grenade.
yeah.
He negotiated with a hand grenade. He pulled a pin and he held on to the latch.
Yeah.
What y'all gonna do?
Yeah. But it's good that we're getting back to, I think, these shows like what you're checking out tonight. Some of the old school artists now getting back to touring, to being in the spotlight, to being able to talk about their their experiences. There's been more light shown on that. So I think maybe now we'll see what happens of the effect of celebrating these 50 years of hip hop. Maybe there'll be a shift again in the genre, and we see something more creative come out of it rather than Sexy Red.
That's the thing that I miss about Sean Price. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon him. His last statement that he made before he died was that he wanted the older rappers to come back outside and help him fight.
Yeah.
The only cat that's still outside fighting, Ghostface Killer.
Yo, did I see a commercial with Raekwon in it? Like, what? Yeah, I should have wrote it down. I saw it was like, I don't want to say it was Mint Mobile or something like that. It was some commercial. Raekwon was in it, and he was Raekwon. He was the chef. It was something he's selling. And I'm gonna have to check it out. Now all these old school artists now getting into promoting product, to us, man. So we'll have to check
There
that
has
out.
been a Mint Mobile commercial.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think it was Mint Mobile. It was. I'm looking up. So on the next one, I'll next show I'll bring it up to you. But I saw Raekwon. I thought about you when I saw it, and I was like, look at Ray out there,
Exactly,
commercializing
with the
himself.
Raekwon Timberlands that I got that I had to have or I would have died.
Man. Well, good, good. I'm glad we were able to jump on here tonight for a few minutes. I know you pulling up to the show. Um, you know, bring us some footage back. Give us a good review of Death Grip. I might even check out a couple of albums now that you done brought it up. I love being introduced to new music.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
don't do it. Don't pull it up.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Like I said, you might want to do Guillotine after that one.
That album. Okay. All right, so folks, y'all
Thank you.
hear it. Y'all hear it. The Toxic Avenger, Headache Stub Mitchell is telling you to pull up the Guillotine Death Grip album and give it a spin. That's what you're saying. Straight from the
Yes, sir.
horse's mouth.
That's why you may want to start.
It's real. Okay. All right. You putting the stamp of approval on
Of course.
it. All right, man. Well, look, we're gonna let you go. We're gonna cut it short tonight. And Friday night, folks, remember DJ Reach putting on a show at Icons celebrating the 50 years of hip hop celebration. So check that out. I plan to be in the house and probably get a little bit of footage for the show that night too. And we'll be back next week, same time, same channel. I'm your boy Almond Brown, about to hop into the spaceship head back to my planet, and I'm gonna turn it over to my man, the Toxic Avenger, to close it out, so he can go ahead and check out, this group that we just now found about tonight.
As I'm making my way into this parking space, as you park the spaceship, I do apologize for this being short, but I do thank you all for the time that you gave. Um, as always, be good to one another. You can't be good, be yourself. You can't be yourself. At least be honest. Peace, love, and hair grease.
All right, people, we out. Y'all have a good night.